Today, we're going to be talking about the devastating earthquake that hit central Italy back in 2016. We'll explore exactly what happened, the powerful forces that caused it, and the incredible story of what came after.
So, let's set the scene. It's August 24th, 2016. The time is 3:36 in the morning. Deep in a quiet, mountainous part of Italy, people are fast asleep. It's the peak of summer, so you have locals and you have tourists. And in this single moment, everything is about to change.
And then, boom, a massive 6.2 magnitude earthquake just tears through the region. Because it struck so early, it caught thousands of people completely off guard, giving them absolutely no time to react or try to escape from buildings that were crumbling around them. That first shockwave was just incredibly destructive. But to really get a grip on why this was so bad, we've got to look deep underground and understand the enormous forces that were at play. So, to understand what happened that night, we need to kind of rewind the clock, geologically speaking. We're going to look at the immense forces that are constantly at work, deep beneath those beautiful Apennine Mountains that run right down the middle of Italy.
So the key thing to remember is that the Earth's surface, the ground we're standing on, isn't just one solid piece. Think of it more like a giant cracked eggshell or a jigsaw puzzle. It's made of these huge slabs of rock that are always moving, grinding against each other and colliding.
And Italy, well, its location is right in the middle of a huge tectonic vise. You've got the African plate pushing north, smashing into the Eurasian plate. Now, this is a super slow-motion crash. We're talking millions of years. And it's actually what created Italy's mountains. But all that pressure builds up, and it makes the entire region a ticking time bomb for earthquakes.
Okay, so now that we get the why, let's go back to that night in August. Let's look at the immediate and just heartbreaking fallout from all that geological pressure being released in an instant.
Nearly 300 people lost their lives. The historic town of Amatrice was hit the hardest, but the devastation just ripped across several communities, including places like Accumali and Norcia. They were changed forever.
In what must have felt like just a few seconds, about 4,000 people lost their homes. I mean, just try to imagine that. One minute you're asleep, the next, the walls of your house are gone. The number of people left homeless was just enormous. And the financial cost? It was just staggering. The total damage was estimated to be over 20 billion euros. And that number? That's not just about broken buildings. It's shattered lives, it's a broken economy, it's everything. And the disaster's impact just kept spreading outwards. It was so much more than just the initial collapse. You had priceless historic sites that were lost. Entire town centers had to be sealed off as red zones, which just instantly stopped all tourism and business, the very lifeblood of these communities. And then you look at the agricultural sector, the backbone of the region's economy. It was crippled. Almost all the local barns were destroyed. And what's really tragic is this disaster revealed that promises made after a previous earthquake to make buildings safer just hadn't been kept. In the middle of all this tragedy, a huge response effort got underway. It was this amazing mix of official government aid, incredible community spirit, and actually some very modern tech solutions.
So right away, the official response kicked into high gear. You had soldiers, highly trained rescue dogs, helicopters. Everyone was deployed to search for survivors in the rubble. But the very same thing that makes this region so beautiful, the mountains, became a massive obstacle. Damaged roads made it so hard for rescue teams to get where they needed to go. It was a desperate race against the clock.
But this is where things get really interesting. It's how people and technology stepped up to fill in the gaps. You had Facebook's Safety Check feature, which was a huge deal for families trying to find out if their loved ones were okay. And then there was this simple but honestly brilliant move by the Italian Red Cross. They asked everyone to just open up their Wi-Fi networks so rescue teams could actually communicate. And on a global scale, you even had Chef Jamie Oliver starting this campaign, getting restaurants all over the world to sell the town's famous pasta dish, Amatrice Earthquake, and donate the profits. It was a way for the whole world to show support. You know, one plate of pasta at a time.
So once the immediate search and rescue was over, the focus had to change. It shifted to the monumental, incredibly complex task of long-term recovery. And we're not just talking about rebuilding walls. This was about rebuilding entire lives and communities from the ground up.
The government came in with a pretty ambitious plan. A 42 million euro program was created, and the idea wasn't just to replace what was lost, but to build back stronger. That meant moving thousands of people out of temporary tents and into new wooden housing units, which was the first huge step in helping them restart their lives.
But right away, they hit a major roadblock. See, the goal wasn't just safety.
it was also about preserving the unique history and the soul of these ancient villages. So how do you make a centuries-old town earthquake-proof without totally destroying its character? And that right there is the dilemma they're still facing. It's a question that Italy and so many other historic places in disaster zones are grappling with. So the story of Amatrice really leaves us with this one powerful, lingering thought. In a world full of risk, how do we build a safer future without completely erasing the beauty and identity of our past?